Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
Before you get it, baby, show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. don't see. What's yours for the taking tonight?
And a pinch to grow an inch. Good morning. Oh, day number. Wait. It's Friday, right? Doggone tootin', it's Friday. I didn't forget that. I may not know my name, but I know it's Friday. Okay, so I have been dealing with a cold since I came back from Seattle Tuesday. I didn't have it when I left on Monday. Or did I? What we're going to talk about today, the universe always preps me even when I don't realize it. We're going to talk about holistic approaches to our health. And when I say health, what did you automatically think? I know, physical. But we're going to talk about holistic approaches to all facets of our health. Physical, mental, spiritual, sexual, all of it. Because it is one great big old family. Can I get an amen? Well, I'll kick it off. Amen, amen, and amen. Hallelujah. Right. So, welcome to today's installment, the Friday edition. I'm Dr. Lauren. And, oh my goodness. You can't see it. Maybe. That is a piece of chewed up cough drop. That I ate so many cough drops over the last couple of days, it was inside the microphone. Lord have mercy. My desk. Now, here we go. We're into it right now. Good morning, all of you that are coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Lori. How are you? Yes, happy November 1st. Thank you for reminding me. I love November 1st because I think of the fall color, which I've been saying. I think of things like colds and flu. I think of, I almost said Valentine's Day. Lord Jesus. Thanksgiving. But Christmas. We're not even going to go there. You know what I'm saying? It's next month. What? But right now, let's talk about this desk. You all can't see it, thank goodness. But here's the inventory. Where do I start? Okay, I have a banana because I'm forcing myself to eat. I don't have much of an appetite, so I'm forcing myself to eat. I have my tea, which is steeping. I have something else that my lunch is here, but you'll see why. I have my coffee, which I would have drank a whole pot by now. Still on the first cup. What's up with that? Then I have some other props, but they're not really props. They're things that I'm ingesting. Then I have like this, my nasal thing. Then I have to have the mirror here. Why? Because when I sneeze, and I didn't shave because I don't feel like it, all a part of this health. When I do this, I have a whole bunch of tissue all over, stuck in the whiskers of my hair. So I got to have a mirror to make sure. Okay? These are all things pre, during, and post sickness. And that's just here on this desk. I didn't mention I had to sleep in the guest room the last couple nights. I wonder whose idea that was. Good morning, honey. Good morning. He had to walk all the way across the house. Now we're even. Okay, so, and I was like, why is he talking to me? He's doing his show. So anyway, I met at the Accelerator Business Summit. Same place I met yesterday's guys. A few weeks back, Dr. Angel Marie Reza. I said, I wish I had that. They're so lucky. People with the Spanish accents. Oh, I wish I could do it. Anyway, Dr. Angel, I can say that. She's here today. And we're going to get down in it today about our holistic everything. There's so many different opinions. Oh, that's the devil. That's my Aunt Candy, God rest her soul. There's holistic with a W, and there's holistic with an H. Which one is it? Make up your mind. Anyway, we're going to get to the root and the toot of all of it. She's on her way in. Dr. Angel, you guys put some hearts on the screen. She's never been here, and that's our way of saying welcome virtually. Here she comes, Dr. Angel. Morning, Dr. Angel. How are you?
And good morning, Dr. Lauren. I'm doing amazing this morning.
I imagine you are. You're cold free. Lucky duck. Now, you've heard everything I've been talking about backstage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to get into it. A lot of people think, oh, I've heard one holistic story. I've seen one holistic interview. I've seen them all. So today we're going to try to stir it up a little bit if we could with you. Okay. Because you know what you're talking about. So why not? But first, I'm going to dip out for about 1 minute and let you just start your vibe, speak from the heart. I'll probably get in 6 or 7 good coughs, maybe even a sneeze or two. But anyway, I'll come back after 60 seconds and we'll officially get started. Sound okay?
Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
all you. Take it away.
Thank you. So my name is Angel Marie Reza, and I grew up in Little Village, Chicago. And I raised myself with amazing mentors and guides since I was the age of 14. So growing up on my own, I had a lot of experiences on this planet. And I just learned to turn my pain into passion and purpose. And if I figured it out how to find a block or distraction or seeing what was holding me back and bringing solutions, and by the way, natural solutions, right? By herbs and teas and getting healthy. Because before about, I can say 5.5 years ago, I was 213 pounds. I was running off of emotion, a bunch of excuses out of the suitcase. We've all been there. We don't want to go to a meeting, we'll find an excuse. It's raining outside. But when I actually aligned with my shadow self and connected with different experiences that made me really think about life, like, Angel, what is this doing for you? I was like, whoa, we can actually really create a reality. We don't need to all have it together, but what we do need to have is that spark of faith, that trust, that confidence, that clear clarity, right? With intention, but not just a plan, but an action plan. So when I started to continue my journey and just really saying, hey, why is this happening? And how can I avoid this experience? Or, wow, this is an amazing experience. But you know what was the craziest thing? I did not know excitement from anxiety. So, do you know how many times I held myself back from conversations or opportunities? So, that made me want to be the woman that I needed when I was a little girl and as a teenager.
Right.
Because you know what? Life's hard, but it's okay because we woke up today and
I know that's right.
we could just say, hey, God, I don't know what we're supposed to do, but just lead me in the right path and give me signs. Stop and smell the flowers.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. That's my spoon from yesterday. I wonder if there's any germs on there that I should have wiped it off. Too late. I already put it in my tea. So anyway, okay. See, listen, this is a masterclass one-on-one on holistic and not so holistic mindset. Okay, because right there, oh, I wonder if any germs on it. Too late. If I really cared about it, I'd have thought about that at the front end, not after. So I want to start there. What is that in us that makes us pre-diagnose or ignore signs, or self-diagnose, half-ass do stuff when it comes to our health? I know people that making sure it's not me. No, okay, I'm a little better than most on this. I can say this. Some people take better care of their cars than they take care of their bodies. And that's the truth. Everybody, we all know that person that's out there. I don't care, one little speck on the car, they got to polish it, this and the other. But they'll eat anything, drink anything, don't get enough sleep, all those things. So let's go to the front end of this cold of mine, and let's walk through it day by day, because it's what we do. Okay, so I get back at like 2 in the morning, Tuesday morning, 2 a.m. I left at 6 a.m. the day before. I'm out there in Seattle running around. I thought I was all bundled up. We see how that worked out. Anyway, I wake up and I feel that scratchy thing. You know it. It's not like anything else. You're like, oh, shit. I know what that is. Burnt. First thing I thought was grandmother.
Mama, Aunt Candy, baby, go on in there and get some warm water and put some salt in and gargle. You'll be okay. That's what I did. Holistic or crazy?
I believe it's holistic because to balance my blood sugar, instead of taking insulin, I do 2 cinnamon sticks and 10 cloves, and that keeps my balance. So, who taught me all this was, of course, my amazing soon to be mother in law and my great grandma. My great grandma showed me a whole lot about like home cooked meals,
Yeah.
putting energy into your food, your spices, your teas. When I had a problem, I was that one. I'm not going to lie. I was that one that didn't know how to sit down. But I also didn't know how to express myself because I never knew communication. But my great grandma would always use like different things, like, baby, pray when you have your cup and you're pouring your water, talk to your water. So I would just do that. And I didn't know what I was doing. And then now I learn about quantum physics,
Uh-huh.
quantum jumping, and it goes into the balance of analytical and spiritual. Because you just can't be all spiritual. You got to be analytical too.
Wait a minute. Quantum dumping? You're not talking, it ain't got nothing to do with the bathroom,
Quantum
does it?
jumping.
Oh, I thought you said dumping. Who knows? One day it might be a thing. Hey, so what? Quantum jumping? What is
Yeah.
that?
So it goes more into like Tesla and Albert Einstein, who they talk about like if you have a cup of water, 2 cups, right? And this cup right here is your present. And this is actually how I started my business. When you know what you have now and you know what you want, you close your eyes, you breathe, and you blow out. You visualize and you imagine that with all your passion, and you just pour it into your cup and you drink
I was
it.
gonna
It's
say,
the
please
same
don't
thing of
pour it in that cup. That
no,
cup
it's
got holes
not.
in it. Oh, okay. So, but you know what? That I believe that. That's true. I'm gonna start doing more of that. I believe it, but I haven't executed. I'm gonna do that because the minute you said it, it made perfect sense to me. It really did. Got a cough. This should be a drinking game. No alcohol. It's too early unless you're in Bolivia. Every time I forget to mute, you may drink. I just made a drinking game. So anyway, oh, my ADHD is here. I wonder if you can holistically help it. No, it's my superpower. So let's talk about this. Okay, so that was good. I ran and I did that because it was temporary and it burned like all you know what. So I figured, you know what they always say? That's because it's working. It burns, but mommy, it burns. It wouldn't be working if it didn't burn. Is that true?
Yes, it's like life.
You heard that, right? It's like life, right? That's why they're called growing pains and not growing tickles. Okay, so let's go to the next thing I did. I was doing that probably half a day. Then I was like, all this stuff started. I sneezed, go to, oh Lord. I went rummaging in our cabinet, which has, you don't even want to know. They'd probably take us to jail if they looked in there and saw all the thing. We don't throw shit out. I'm serious. I probably got stuff from when I had colic 62 years ago in there. I'm not kidding you. I'm not as bad as somebody who will remain nameless in this house. A bag this big. I'm not kidding you. You have to like pull me. It's almost out. Pull me to get the bag of bottles. But you know why we keep it? Because we say to ourselves, I'd rather have, this a reminder. You could, some people have that many daily lined up on their counters. But where, like you, a lot of people, how many of you like colognes and like your products and stuff? They're all lined out on your vanity or in your bathroom or wherever. But some people have those same amount of pills and things on their center islands or in their kitchen. I know people with machines. They got so many pills, the machine got to separate. Now, some people can't help it. They've had diabetes or they got this, but they might have been able to help it had they
Yes.
changed things soon enough. So that's what we're talking about here today. So the next thing was I realized, well, I can't remember. Is it feed a cold, starve a flu, flu a starve, cold a... what is it? Are you supposed to eat when you're a cold...
So a cold, a lot of people are like, oh, it's bad. But I take it as actually your body's detoxing. You're sweating it out. So you have to, I have actually a sauna in my office because sometimes I deal with a lot of people and they're like, oh, I'm feeling this or I'm feeling that. I said, well, let's detox your body. So I'll get some herbs together and I'll set it in the sauna bed for them. I'll put some relaxing music and let them deal with whatever's coming out of their body. That means your body needs to rest. You see a lot of people on the hustle and bustle and want to do this and that, but you need to slow down. You need to take care of your body because you know what? Your body is the reflected of the body syndromes. When your head is all stuffy, what emotions are going unbalanced? When your neck hurts, what decisions? Your shoulders, responsibility. Your hands, what are you fighting through? Your back. People are like, oh my, well, what are you carrying of 1958 that's none of your business anymore? And
Yeah.
then your legs for stability. So when people stub their toe, it was all it was because where are you in life, work with your significant other, with yourself? It comes
Mm.
to a understanding, not an understanding.
Did you coin that phrase yourself?
I actually named my podcast Let's Have an Understanding.
Well, I guess that's a yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. Understanding. Nice, nice. Now look, thank you, Robert Brooker, for straightening that out. It's feed a cold. So that's why. Because I didn't want to eat. Starve of fever. Okay, I didn't even know it was fever. I thought it was starve of flu. Okay, I had that so backwards. See what I'm saying? So, and my husband just brought me some vegetarian sausage, which I have no taste for, but I'm going to eat it anyway. Thank you, honey. He whispered, oh, sure. He's about to take down Halloween. Glad I'm busy all day. So listen. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, where was I? I gargled. Then I started feeling like I didn't want to eat, and then I didn't want to cook. And I'm the cook in this house. So guess who ate out for the last couple of days? So I even set this lunch that I have here out yesterday and didn't eat it. So after that, I realized I had nothing to take but some. I went in there, we usually take this ahead of time. The Power C, that kind of stuff, vitamin C. I had no Dayquil. So I ran to the store on a break and I paid, I don't know, 20 some dollars. I think it was $24 for. I saw you shaking your head. Don't judge me. I didn't know better, but it gets better. It gets better. So I went, I did, even though I knew my niece. Hi, Dr. Selma, who is an acupuncture doctor. Her office is 2 minutes from my house. It would have been closer to go there and just purchase the stuff. But I'm so stingy. I cheap. I figure if I make her a meal, which I did, a vegetarian meal, because she's vegetarian. I knew if she picked it up, she would drop off something for me, and she did. So it was cheaper in the long run. But anyway, ADHD at work. So I had this, and I took the Dayquils, and then at 6 o'clock, I switched over to the night one. So I went to bed at 7 p.m. last night. My husband woke me up at 8 and said, Selma was here, and she brought you these. She said, take this one. He gave me 5 of these. And I take 5 of these last night, 5 this morning on an empty stomach. Magnolia, clear sinus, right? And she was asking me all kind of questions. Is it coming out of your mouth or your nose? I said, really, my nose. Is it clear? It doesn't have color. This, that, and the other. And she's the kind of person, as soon as she walks in and you're sick, let me see your tongue. She wants to look at your tongue, right? Everything's connected to the tongue, right?
Yeah.
And then she said, take this, Immune Plus, after I start feeling better. Okay. Now she brought these over, and these are all natural herbs and stuff. So let's talk about this. The devil versus hallelujah. Lord Jesus, we love you. Or the way some people look at it. And when I said what I just said, I say like my aunt, God rest her soul, if it was this kind of stuff, before it was on the shelves. Back when people had books. I remember my sister had a book called Back to Eden, all about gathering herbs and things like that and making teas and stuff. Some people thought that's voodoo, stuff like that. But they wouldn't question stuff that they can't even pronounce on the back of the thing. So let's talk about how do we undo this mindset? Why do we trust this so much, but we bitch about how much they charge us and they're evil, but we sure run our asses to the store at the first sign of trouble. Why is it we won't say, well, I'm going to do better before the next cold, I'm going to find out about this. Take us there.
So for a cold, it's like oregano tea. That's good for an immune booster and inflammation. And also you can add some honey and lemon to that. Boom, you got that in your kitchen already. Or turmeric and honey, that's also good. Turmeric is very good for everything.
I
But
have
people don't
that.
have time to either grow it or go to the store, peel it, and prep it. It's
Okay,
quicker
wait.
just to go get money.
See, wait. You said turmeric, and I went straight to my seasonings. So I was getting ready to go up there after the show, dump some of that turmeric in some hot water and put some honey in it. You're not talking about the
No,
seasoning
I'm
turmeric.
talking about the root,
Where's that? Where you
turmeric
find that
root,
at?
at the grocery store.
I don't know what
I bet.
grocery store you go to.
So it's kind of like this. How many times have somebody looked in the mirror? But how many times have you looked in the mirror and saw your own reflection in your eyes?
Never.
But how many
Okay,
times have you looked
I
in the
did.
mirror?
It scared me, so I
Yeah,
don't
but a
do it.
lot of people don't even see it that way. And it's the same thing with your health. Celery juice. You know, I'm there with my celery stack and I'm going because I have a baby that goes to school and all these kids, they don't know about the sanitizing your hands.
Hey, man.
And I
Ooh,
have
little
a
germ dumpsters.
and my fiance has to go to work. I got to make sure that the immune system's good in the house. Everything is good. It takes time, but imagine how your health is going to be and how it filters your arteries and your blood, because that's what lacks in the body, and that's what energy is. Energy is the flow of your body. I was even doing research because I got 5 breast surgeries since 2022. And 2020 is when I dove into this business. So right when I dove in, it was like boom, obstacle, boom, obstacle. And so I said, Angel, why is this happening? Why is this happening to my body? So I needed to go to the root cause because cancer starts at the root cause.
Oh, listen
So
at
I
her
was
using all
like,
that terminology.
emotion. What was I carrying on my chest? Oh, trauma. So I wanted to get to the root cause of my trauma. And when I did, I learned how to save money because I wasn't scared of money no more. You know, growing up, it was always there's not enough of this, there's not enough of that. But life was so fast, there wasn't time to cook a home meal. I just knew Burger King,
Right. I got
McDonald's.
4 jobs I got to get to.
Yes. So I was like, how can I do the opposite of that? And that's why my child right now, everybody knows that's my pride, my joy, my everything. Because I'm not gonna get these years back with him. He's 9 years old. He's
Lock
figuring
up
out
in
his
here.
characteristics, his personality. I teach him how to meditate.
How old
And when
is it?
I gotta meditate, because I'm still learning, I'm human. Don't catch a case, just meditate. Oh, because sometimes we have to just acknowledge the what's going on, but bring it back to synergy. And when you do that and you learn, let me plant my rosemary, let me plant my tomatoes. Take the
Yeah.
time to do that. And less stress on the body is going to be less stress on the mind. And I mean vice versa. Less stress on the mind, less stress on
On the
the
body.
body, less stress in your relationships.
Let's talk about what you just said real quick. That's a great tip. Plant things. I tried that this year. A few years ago, I tilled some soil way on the other side of the house. But it was too far to walk to keep it up. And so anyway, this year I decided, well, we never get in the jacuzzi, in the hot tub, probably because the shit don't work. But anyway, we don't get it. We don't get it. So the whole area there is, the cover. So I made some box things. And I grew some stuff, tomatoes and some green beans, but I only did like 1 tomato plant because I don't know why, and 1 thing of green beans. So that meant like every week we got 3 green beans. So next year I would do right, but it was the start.
Yeah.
And I also tried some herbs in our window box. Those, it takes a little. You got to really learn, but it was a beginning. Right, because then I had them there, the herbs, and I was just like, "Oh, aren't they pretty?" Wasn't using them, didn't cut them to put. I'd go. It was so stupid. I had rosemary growing right there. What I do? Go up to the grocery store and buy some rosemary, fresh rosemary, because I hadn't unlearned whatever blocks I had. So let's go to So you grow your own herbs, right?
It
Okay.
started as just a hobby in a Home Depot box.
So
I
did
mean,
you
a
have a
Home Depot
book?
bucket.
Because the thing is, if I knew more about what I was growing, I only thought, well, I can't use that rosemary unless I'm making spaghetti. You know what I mean? Or if the recipe calls for it. I didn't know there's a lot behind the door of flavor that we
Yes.
don't know about. I do know this, and it's still a thing today. Years ago, when I transformed my body, lost a lot of weight, one of the keys was I made a commitment, a covenant with myself. Every single meal I eat in this house, I have to cut or chop something to put in it. That way, because I never did like processed foods, but I cook everything from scratch pretty much. So that was a great thing. But now I need to go beyond the flavor and the smell and a garnish. I'll go get fresh chives just because a recipe said a garnish with fresh chives, and not even realize what else it can do. Where can we get a book or something that teaches us all the benefit beyond the obvious? How's that?
Yes. So as you stated, the Book of Eden, I have that book.
Back to Eden.
Yes, I have that book. I
That book.
have books find me. I found a book from the 1800s that is this big, and it says you can't save the dead. You can't save the dead for living, but you can save the living from death. And this book, actually, if you would like me to show it to you,
Mm-hmm.
because
You guys,
I tell God, give me signs. Because I don't look for outside validation anymore or opinions. I look for what I see and what comes to me. Look at how old this book is. It has even stuff from scarlet fever in here. And then you said the tongue, right? Look at, I went right to the tongue as I opened the book. And that's
see,
exactly what you were talking about. And that's how it happens with me.
where'd you get that
I
book,
I found this at Swaparama. He
girl?
said $10. I said, I got $8. He said, okay.
What's the name of that?
This book is called You Can Do Nothing to Bring the Dead to Life, which you can do so much to save the living from death. So while people, oh my goodness, starting this journey in 2022,
Yeah.
I got so much backlash. They said, you can't do events here because you do witchcraft. You
See,
can't. And I said, what? But I took all of that. I took all that energy and I said, watch me. Because people told me, Angel, you can't speak because you don't have your family in order. Because when I first had my son, I was homeless with him. I lived through life. I went through a lot.
okay.
And I said, okay, now look at what I do. I get paid to talk. So what I do is I'm just a soul on this planet. I come just like, let's get the root cause of what's blocking you so you can hit your goal, but not just a plan. We need an action plan. And you got to hold yourself accountable. And that's where coaches come in and mentors. And that's how I get to help other people because as I'm helping them, they're helping me too. One of my students actually flipped over and now I'm her student in a financial course
Yep.
because she asked me
The
a
same thing with
question.
me. Yep. Same
She
thing with me.
said, do you got 3 months of income saved? I said, oh. And that really made me think like, Angel, you have no business doing this, doing that, doing that. You're 37 years old. You have a plan when you're 40, then let's start taking action now. And I started to learn about the 40-40-20 method and I implemented with my child too. I buy the essentials. He buys his V-Bucks. He gets $10 and $2 commission, whatever he sells in candles. And I teach him that because this world is unpredictable. And if I can help my son master his
Girl,
emotions and meditate.
hold on. You said this world is unpredictable. Anybody don't believe that? Wait till you wake up next Wednesday, the day after the election. You know how it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Taking me a drink. Thank you, Jesus.
We both did.
Taking me a drink. And another drink. That's a double gulp on that one. So listen, I love that, what you said about what you're doing with your son. But tell us, what's this 40-40-20-20? What was that?
So My son likes to buy, well, it's like if you make $100, right? Because someone had a service for $100. And I said, how do you pay yourself? She goes, well, whatever I make during the week. I said, no, that $100, you get $40 for your future investments. If you want to buy something for your business, you get the other $40 and you save that. Put it in a savings. You don't touch it. That has to build up to your whatever you want to save to the amount. Then you got $20. She's like, well, then what if I need $40? Then you need $200 because everyone says, oh, you make it so easy. But this started with discipline and obedience of how I diet and how I eat because I don't have a gallbladder. I don't have an appendix. I was
You don't
213 pounds. No, I'm like the operation table. I have 5 breast surgeries
like the
and now I'm
game.
on no medication. My story is even featured in a book called Superfoods on Amazon from Dr. Juanita Santillan. That book was published, I believe, 2 years ago. And my story's in there about like, and that was crazy because it's like I never
Crazy,
thought, like, I'm
wonderful.
just a girl from Chicago, and I
Wait,
never thought my story would be in a book.
I got to stop her there, y'all. You know how I am about the word crazy, weird, strange. I put that over with out of the blue, out of nowhere. Words that deceive. No, it's crazy, wonderful. It's strangely miraculous. It's funny, awesome. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want people to think anything about what I'm saying about this stuff. It's crazy. I don't want them to laugh and think what I'm saying is a joke because I said it's funny. You know, I want to go, ooh, I don't want to talk about that because I said it was strange. No,
Mhm.
put those words next to those other words, y'all, and watch what happens. Keep going, Dr. Angel. I got to take you there. I got to take you there. So now this is a good one. This could seem like a setup, but it's not. And I really want you to speak to this. Okay, so now I don't have an appetite. We're in day 2. But I'm like, okay, I want to do better. I tried. I put it out on the counter. It's still sitting right there like I left it right here. But I'm speaking of this soup. So I was like, okay, I want to eat some soup. And I looked at all the Progresso soups we have. So we think we're doing organic. We're doing. That was too fast. You quit judging so fast. I'm trying to get there. It's better than Campbell's with all that sodium. So, but because I'll say this, because it tells you this, you can get low sodium. They're trying. If I don't have time to make some homemade chicken soup, because I believe in this, take baby steps until you can leap. Take baby steps. Don't let nobody tell you that. See, Jenny from the block, you got me. I'm talking just as country. Oh well. Right. She's like, but seriously, I could have had beef and barley. I could have had tomato. I looked at them. I said, but I'm sick. There's broth in here. I looked and I saw, yes, there is. So I grabbed this one. I didn't eat it yet, but I'm halfway there. So just what you said early. But if I don't have anything else, if I don't know better, this is a better choice than most of the soups you see around them in the store than this. This is because it doesn't have a lot of the stuff that the others have. So let's talk about that. Why are people, there's a judgment part in there with people who have the light of holism, that was my word, holisticism, another one of my words, whatever, you know what I'm saying, a holistic mindset. And sometimes when people are like, I couldn't even get the can up and your head was going, I was like, damn, can't I do nothing right? Right. So let's talk about that because here's why. I have a family member who's a nutritionist. And when she first got her degree decades ago, nobody invited her to their house because she come in trying to throw everything in the garbage. White sugar? What you doing with this flour? Just throwing your shit in the trash like she bought it. We said somebody better get to her. I'm gonna tear her ass up. Right. So I want to ask this. When you know better, how do you get the people around you to do better? Because you can't just come up in people's pantries
Oh
and stuff.
no, yeah.
Talk about that. How do we, once you have the truth, how do you ease it in? It ain't with this, but reserve your judgment and say, well, that's better than it could have been. But would you like to know about a better choice, even better than this? But in the commercial, they show his grandmama making this at home. You know how they do that, right? So talk about that mindset. How do we break down our limited beliefs? How do we help the people we love live as long as they can? As I cough, drink.
Yes. So a lot of times, like with my friends and with my family, it was really hard for them to see the path that I was going on. So I would suggest, like, hey, did you know? Because they would complain about a lot of things that were wrong with them. It could be like my feet are inflamed or something in that sort. So I was like, oh, you know, something good that will help with the oxygen flow to your legs. Kick your legs up in the air on your bed and just rub down your legs so you get all that blood
Rub them.
flowing. Yes. And the oxygen. Or when they're eating at the store, I tell them, do you know that they sell the whole fruit things together that you could buy at the store? And not only is it good to buy it that way, but you actually know what you're putting into your body, into your food. But it has to be like we got to build a relationship for me to even go on that level, because it took a long time for me to balance business angel to personal friends angel. So I know how to balance that even within my household, because outside the house, I wear all the hats. But baby, in the house, I sit down.
See,
I
I
do
know
what I
that's
gotta
right.
do.
And you know, my family, I love, we were raised, all of us, Seventh-day Adventists. So a lot of vegetarians. That was a vegetarian meal I made for my niece last night. And my husband ate it. He loved it. But it's like this, like when I have another family member that lives near here and they see each other in Whole Foods like 3 times a week, more than we see each other in real life, right? They happen to run into each other there. You won't catch me up in there. Why? Because groceries are already expensive in the old kill you store. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I just, in my mind, I can't justify paying 3 times the amount for something because it says holistic on it. Because first of all, if I held up a carrot that came from the holistic thing in the Jewel grocery store at Kroger, and I held up a regular one to you, how do you know which one? And how do we know? How do we know they did what they said they did? It was grown in the purest of soils, watered with the tears of angels. How we know?
That's why I started growing my own.
Okay. So see, there it is. Oh, she got an answer for everything, huh? Can't trip her up. That's good. I see that look too. She like, you trying to set me up. So no, but it's true. Don't you hear people say all the time,
Yes.
I can't afford to eat better. It's too expensive. I have a family to feed. And if you got 3, 4, 5 people and you're trying to make every meal with good for you stuff, you might be eating good, but you're gonna be cooking over an open fire because you ain't got no roof over your head. Seriously, and think about this. Doesn't it break your heart, Dr. Angel? Like people that are on, I used to work with women who, or families who were on SNAP benefits, food stamps. Nearly impossible. There are even, they couldn't buy ground turkey. It was not allowed with their food stamps.
I
They can
was
buy
there.
all the, they can buy all the fatty beef they want, but they cannot buy ground turkey with their food stamps. What is that? That's politics. That's bureaucracy. Oh,
Well,
Lori said it right there. They lie to us.
it's really like we if no one teaches us, how are we gonna know?
That's true. Well, but also the trust. That's why I love what you do. So, what, let's talk about that. When you have people walk in, most of the people that come to you fresh, right through the door, first timers, are they completely oblivious? Have they walked down the holistic path a few feet, miles? Or do they come when it's a last resort? I've run out of options. Nothing's working. They don't have any answers.
It's a little bit of both. Some are just curious, like, hey, I notice things are happening or this or that. And others, it's like, hey, I'm a CEO of my company and I'm starting to lose my stuff. It all goes to a mindset. And it's like, I just found out what a COO was. So it's like, I just hit 90 reviews on Google off 5.0 because I learned how to build a relationship with people. And I learned to see what do I need to do to tailor anything to help them find their self-discovery. Once they find their self-discovery through whatever may be blocking them, it's like, boom, they could go on their own path. They could choose their own belief, but you can't believe in anything and not yourself. Like, for instance, this one girl, she and I were talking, and she had the most fanciest everything, like you said, with the car and stuff. But inside, she was sad. She wasn't where she wanted to be. She had no voice. She had no boundaries. She had nothing.
She had
But
shrank.
she wanted to be in financing. And she's like, so she dipped into life insurance, estate planning, and stuff like that. And then she came back and she's like, okay, you helped me with the beginning, but I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm going to give up. I said, no, you just need a plan. What do you want to make a year? And she's like, $1 million. I said, well, that's an amazing number. Everybody wants to make $1 million, but let's break it down to the fundamentals of monthly now. Now you know your yearly. Let's get to the monthly. And what is it your number you want to talk to? How many clients do you want? So we sat down for about 3 hours talking, going through things because we could talk. And we broke it down, and she got 8 clients a month closed out. She will make 96,000 a month. That would equal to her million a year. So she just needed 8 clients a month for estate planning and everything that she went through with that finance stuff. But what was blocking her? Fear, doubt. She's not smart enough. People have education. People have
Yes.
this. But she
Yes.
had a natural gift of building amazing relationships with people because she knew how to listen to their needs.
See? Now I'm gonna say this. Let me throw this in there, y'all. Something I use with my coaching clients, and it came as a download, so I know it to be true. Listen, you take your hand. I have my clients actually trace it so that they can write what it stands by each finger. But watch this. Watch this. Doubt. You got to keep your hand. You got to look at the palm too, because you wait till the ending. Wait for it. Doubt leads to worry. Worry leads to fear, right in the middle of them. Fear leads to anger, and anger leads to destruction. So, what is the fear thing? We have fight or flight. Out of all 5 of these, fight or flight is the only physiological thing that is built into us. Worry don't have one. Doubt doesn't have one. Anger, ooh, that's my so-and-so. Turn off the anger. No, fight or flight. Ooh, I know I cut across that park every night going home, but it's a shortcut. Something tell me don't go that way tonight. Fight or flight, because that means something is there that could really challenge your vessel that your soul rides within. So if you're afraid of something and somebody ain't got a gun to your head, or you ain't stranded in some warehouse district down by the waterfront where they abduct people, I'm just saying, I saw too many movies. It's most likely not real. So what is this fear? It's an opportunity to choose. Do I want to keep moving in the same direction where I'm going to ultimately destroy everything? Or do I want to find the courage to look over my shoulder to where I've just come from and see the footprints that don't match mine? Look, that ain't mine. I don't wear size 14 boot. Who walked on my divine carpet and dirtied it up? Oh, the thing that brought in the worry. Now I look past worry and I see another set of footprints that have nothing to do with mine. That's the culprit that tracked in the doubt. When we leave doubt out, these 4 have no teeth. They have no talons. They have no power. So choose. And then you learn when you go back where you left the door open, where you left your keys on top of the car with a note that said, take me. Free car, steal it. Right. So that's something I want to say about that. Doubt, leave it out. Leave it out. So now back to your type of work. When people come to you, is it a one and done? Is it they come when they need you? Do they come and learn how to change out their kitchen, how to change out their everything? You need more exercise. You need more personal time with your family. How long does it take for you to help a person? I know this is a question that there's no one answer, but generally speaking, on an average, When do people start seeing positive results? How soon?
Some people see it at the first session, which gets on to take my 10-week course.
What's that about?
I always had a gift since a little girl. And once I understood the psychology part and social psychology of different surroundings, I had an understanding to understand that I could teach people. We don't got to understand everything.
Sure
We don't
don't.
got, and it's that easy that I learned to see if I'm working with an analytical or an emotional, and that's where my standards of hypnosis and super subconscious certificates come in. Because I can't tell an emotional person, go take out the trash, because they're going to say, you gave me an attitude, you hurt my feelings. But an analytical person, take out the trash, such as a lawyer, an attorney, and that sort, and they'll just do it. But with emotion, can you please take out the trash for me, because you're doing me a huge favor? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to like understanding how it takes a lot to know the root thing, because once I learned about the body in 2014, became a massage therapist, I wanted to learn about energy, because some clients will leave me very drained and I did not know why. I would actually get depressed. And then other clients will leave me uplifted. So it took me thinking why. So then I learned about energy. Then I learned about Reiki. Then when I learned about Reiki, I remember my grandma, when I would hit my head, she'd be like, sana, sana, sana. So it goes away. Or when you hurt your knee, that's a form of Reiki. If you grab your hands and you do this slowly, you can feel the energy in your hands. And then when people found out I did Reiki, that was a whole nother level of stuff. But that even pushed me harder, because how can I do what I do? Actually, I have no one answer, like you said. I just show up with good intentions. And I learned a lot of, I don't want to experience, even in my own relationship. I sit down with Johnny and I'm like, hey, we have to talk how we don't have this experience again, because it was unpleasant. I learned how to communicate, but that broke me down when I met him, because I was always used to snapping at me and then snapping back. But him, no, he was very calm, and showed me, he just showed me so much. Like, I can't even bring it to words. Okay, I'm getting carried away because I love it so much.
No, you're
But
not.
it
I think it's awesome. I'm gonna hit this. On the screen scrolling right now, you guys, is magicaldragon.net. Now, first of all, I bet everybody in your family is Catholic, right?
yes,
Pretty much, because you're Latina, right? And when they heard Magical Dragon, were they like,
actually, all my clients come from Google, Facebook, and Swaparama.
I'm talking about inside your family? Did
Oh
you
yeah,
hear
they
Angel done
don't
sold the
even look
soul
this
to the
way.
devil? Angel done went over to the dark side.
Yeah, they don't even look that way. They, even to this day. It's like what I do is whatever, but that's okay, because they're still my family, and I keep that balance. Like, no matter what, like, I take care of my grandparents 4 days a week, running 2 businesses and my own household, and always making time for my child.
See, and you just keep going. Because
I
when you
keep
keep
going.
going, you're growing and you're showing all three at the same time. So I
Yes.
always tell people like this. The Bible says, my cup runneth over. It doesn't say shit about my cup needs to run out. So I'm not pouring anything. I'm letting you catch my overflow, which means, like, imagine the wind pulling the foam off a root beer. You need to bring something behind me and catch it as it flies off, because I ain't stopping. I'm not stopping. And I think that's how you should do it too. So listen, so when they go to magicaldragon.net and say they want to just ask you some questions, feel out the situation, is there a way there? How do they connect with you there once they're there?
A lot of my clients Google Reiki therapy, and they call me and I have a consultation with them, because
Okay.
sometimes they're not ready for it. And it's okay, because it's an experience. But I'm here now, a year from now, 5 years from now. And it's amazing
Come
because
as you
I love
are
it.
and come when you're ready. Because like I said, when you're ready, you want to do something with it. So many people, we buy things, we get in courses, we never even open the first module. We buy books with good intentions. Now, we've always learned that good intentions they're the pathway to hell. The pathway to hell is strewn with good intentions. It's not the good intentions. It's the corpses of the people that put the arrow of intention in their bow and never found the courage to let it fly. They died with it pulled back and they did not let it go. So start, be active, make something actually happen, and then you can see something happen. If you don't make something happen, you'll never see it happen, right? So this is the phone number, correct? 708-490-5198, right?
Yes.
No cost to talk to you
No.
first, right? Okay, just to see. There it is. There it is. Angel, Dr. Angel Marie Reza. Did I say it right? Reza.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks. I love your energy. I love that you're still that girl, Jenny from the block. That you're approachable. I trust you. I love what you're doing. You're welcome back anytime. Know this, okay? You guys get over and check her out. Go to the website, look at everything, and then if your spirit leads you, make that call. It might be the best 7 numbers, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers with the area code that you've ever dialed. You never know if you don't go. Take that with you. Listen, you guys, get out of here. Happy post-Halloween. Happy November 1st. God willing, I'll meet you Monday morning over on the front porch where together we'll have yet another illuminated conversation. Boy, today was a humdinger. Won't you agree? Now, get out, find a higher piece of yourself. 1 E and 1 R is all it takes. And you'll take great to greater, bright to brighter, kind to kinder. I'm Dr. Lauren, and I tell you, every day when we leave, don't let my screen door slam on your way out. And number 2, Dr. Lauren loves you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Have a great one. Thank you again. I wouldn't want to do this without you. Thank you, Angel. Thank you so much, Doctor. Have a great one. Bye, everybody.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you